And as always, we're back for another week. Half Hour Henshin. I am one of your hosts, Sleepy Witch, joined by
DJ Azure, the 2.5-day here talktuber. And I'm back from Japan.
And he's
Literally just
back
spent
from
a weekend.
Japan.
Literally just spent a weekend there.
I mean, you know, honestly, as always, it looks like you had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I don't know if I have jet lag, but we'll find out. I mean, unless jet lag means that I'm basically falling asleep at 4 a.m. in the morning and waking up at 10, but you know.
I think that does kind of happen with it, but oh man, Gotchard, we're getting like the Legend episode part 2, or
Yeah, like
anything almost like part 1, because we finally saw Legend at the end.
Exactly. I mean, I don't even know where to begin with this, because it's okay. So the big thing about this episode is that it was just a massive fight, which was done by, I believe, Sakamoto Koichi. I think it's Koichi Sakamoto. That's the action director.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. He's Sakamoto. He's known for like being like the stunt fight choreographer, and it shows. This episode was just nothing but fights. Everything was in frame. It was just awesome. Like the initial beatdown that Hotaru gets from the three of from 100, like, is just brutal. Like they just keep him like absolutely destroyed in the beginning.
Yeah, I do find it so impressive how much of the story we got through this fight, because I feel like it's like I'm trying to look, but it's literally like 3 minutes in. The opening happens, like after the opening happens, because before it was just kind of reminding us like this is the 100, this is the thing, blah blah blah, kind of giving us a little background, and then the opening ends and it's like, oh, they're immediately attacking, the fight has started.
Yep. Yeah. Just immediately fights. You know, we see we see Butler talking to
And everyone's like, yo, Kaijiki.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm just Butler. No, you're 97%. You're 97% Butler or Kajiki.
I love that the first part of the beatdown is just like a suitless fight that is just brawling. Which again, incredibly funny, because again, canonically, these is like some like 30-year-old dudes like beating this fucking 16-year-old.
Exactly, and it's so sick too, because like I said, Sakamoto is like known because he did this the choreography for Super Sentai and Power Rangers as well too. So that's the reason why it's very, very like well done. Like everything's just in frame. Like everything just the beatdown just seems so brutal. Like I think I think one of my favorite like memes about this episode was that they didn't prepare Hotaru for these streets.
They really didn't, honestly. Oh man, and apparently like I loved the guy who's using the dark Kiva transformation. I love that like the little belt like bites him in the neck. I heard that's apparently not a thing from Kiva, but
nope.
But that was sick. I also saw that apparently like his like last kick, like World's End, was also like something that you heard about in Kiva but never actually got to see.
So, yeah, and it's so cool too, because like they beat him up and just like what the heroes would normally do, they just casually put on their belts and transform. Yeah, but yeah,
the Eternal
Kiva, sick.
The Eternal suit obviously looks better now that it's been corrected in post.
Yeah. Also, people were like saying as well too, which was online, was that all the transformations they're similar, but they still have their own flair for each one. Like because obviously as fabulous as like Glare transformation normally is, it's also very stylish with the way that she does it as well too.
Yep.
This episode.
And talking about just like basic suit main thing, I thought it was something that was really funny, was that they pointed out that later for the Legend, I think it's the Fi's suit, the pointer is just like taped on.
Oh yeah,
incredible, fantastic.
Yeah, like the big thing about this episode, especially online, a lot of the discourse was around how badly Tohei,
the suits have they've taken care of them.
Yeah, the preservation.
Yeah,
but I mean, like, it's a lot of rubber, which also sucks. But also, some of these suits are like 20 years old.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where obviously they can't take care of them as well. And making new suits costs money, so I'm sure they don't want to be like, well, we need to spend all this money for a suit that basically we're only going to use for like 2 episodes. But yeah, if you wanna showcase the suit well, you kind of have to. You have to spend the money either in the preservation of the original suit or in the making of a new one. you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep, and then like the other like big highlight of this episode that oh my god, I saw so many times on Twitter was Lakeis's
Yeah.
transforming into
Oh my god.
Valorant.
I was just about to talk about stylish transformations. The kiss on the sword is so good.
Yeah, like
so good.
The thirst tweets are hilarious.
First
like,
of all,
like Google, how do I turn into a Valve Rusher?
I was already thirsty for Lakeisha. That episode is great. I love it. I love that she just turns into Valorant too.
Yeah, and it's also so funny too because like apparently people are just like posting fan art of Lakeisha's, and the actress is
she's like
she's so responding to them. Like it's like, oh my god, this is great. I'm like, dude, yeah, like everyone is a fan of Lakeisha's turning into Valorant right now. It's great.
And again, you know, everyone's like, hey, Hotaro's not Hotaro wasn't built for these streets. Hotaro did pretty well considering he was like 2v1, like
and not
much of the time.
Not only that, this is not only just 2v1, but he's fighting against Eternal, who's a movie writer, who's absurdly powerful already. Yeah. So like people were like also noticing like, okay, so the fact that he was able to beat Eternal means that he's as strong as I think like what is it, like 3 double riders or something? Like
yeah, we got to see X-Rex again, which is always but I love the X suits. I wish it's one of those things where like I get it, but I kind of wish we would have seen more.
But a big part of this episode too is just the fact that this is happening in front of a lot more people, a lot more civilian spectators than what we're normally used to. Because like you know, like it's
and
Kenchiki's
there, which is my favorite thing.
Exactly, because she's like, wait a second,
I love
like,
that.
Are you my doppelganger immediately?
I love that. And Butler's like, no, I am just Butler.
Yeah,
fantastic. I love that we got to see the like writer hacking from Geets.
Mm-hmm.
And that we also I love when we get the big fight where like the main writer goes through like all the transformations. It was cool that we got to see Fire again. It was cool seeing Iron for a little bit.
Yeah, like apparently Sakamoto is known for that too, for his form rushes. Because we didn't just get one form rush. We got all 2. Yeah, we got 2 form rushes, which is why I'm hoping for the next episode. I mean, yeah. Legend shows up. He does his
Legend's about the form rush insanely.
Yeah. Phase 1 form rush for Heisei goes from Kuga to Decade in less than a minute, and it's smooth. Number one, like Sakamoto knows how to direct this. It's amazing, and like
and we're cutting between that fight to the like fight with Majade and everyone else, which in the middle of it Clotho shows up
and just kicks everyone's ass but stops with Lakeisha's.
Yep
and it's insane too because like you know like even like you know she's still like you know showing that she's in control in some way. Like
also we had such a good shot of like the double Valvorad like finish with both the suits waiting there. And then we have, in my opinion, especially if you're like me, like I know Kamen Riders Outsiders exists, but I have not watched or seen anything. So just seeing this lady like walk away, and it's just some dude who I've never seen before. I've never seen this suit. I don't know who this is, and it's just like, I'm a Kamen Rider who will exterminate all evil, and he just like shreds a card and just obliterates her.
Yeah, it's hilarious. Like. This episode in like if you just were watching like so what was I trying to say? Gotchard is known for like, you know, you could kind of like just watch any episode. This episode is like you could watch this episode of all episodes, but there's still so much story. Like we were saying at the beginning of us talking about this, we got so much story despite this being just a like 20-minute long fight episode.
Yeah. Also, his kick was shot in such a classic way. It was so cool. And then it looks like a little bop, and it just fucking explodes.
Yeah. Like the funniest thing about it too is that I was like comparing it to like what is it? I think like Liam Neeson in Taken, like going over the fence, and there's like 7 cuts for him to go over a fence.
Yeah. I gotta credit at gotcha_go fire because I fucking adore the tweet. Shows up, uses kung fu, kills a woman, calls her a fraud, does not elaborate, leaves. Zane, I was not familiar with your game.
Yeah, exactly.
Fantastic. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
god. And all of the setup into like the big finisher versus Eternal,
yeah.
which is
Yeah.
like the people being like, Kamen Rider, we believe in you.
Yeah. And the big thing about this too is that like everyone was like I said, this is just basically just a big episode for a lot of people, despite it being a 20-minute long fight. Like he like everyone says, "Oh, welcome Hotaro for being a true Kamen Rider," because he says like the line where it's like there's no such thing as a small life.
Yep.
Because he saves a kid, and of course, yeah, like he says, as long as the people cheer, there will always be Kamen Rider. Yeah, it's like it's so good, and it's like he basically was just doing this as a gotcha, but like he truly like shows off being a hero and doing
Yep.
a Kemi kick, and it's insane.
Yep. And like the versus rider kicks are always really cool. The like fucking slashes behind you little effect too.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
I
and
love everyone cheering him on.
yeah, and the best part too, we like this is my favorite like meme about like just any show in general, like the theme music power up. Like we got
Oh my God,
regular
yeah.
theme and not What's Your Fire. Like it's still a great song, but like the fact that we got the opening theme, you knew this was gonna be big.
Yeah, like the extra. And I love that it was like we're gonna set up like, oh, the army's here, and it's like, oh no, time for legend.
Yeah,
Let's go.
And the funniest thing too is like saying, "Oh no, yeah, you were too late. Yeah, the army's here," and then you just see Legend pop up. Oh, you mean those guys?
Yeah, I love the vibe that like they were looking for him this whole time, and he was like in their base, like taking out their army.
Yeah.
The other incredibly funny thing that I love is like he mops the floor with all the extra robots or whatever he's fighting, and then it's like, oh, I'm gonna take you on with my strongest power, and it's like, all right, where's the riser? And he just like summons it. It was like what 20 feet away or something, just on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's like did no one think to look for the riser before Kaguya showed up?
Yeah, and yeah, he just transforms, and like that's where we end the episode, and we see next episode like there's it looks like we're still getting more story because I think one of the big things too is that like because of Legend being Legend, like people are saying that this might be the thing where the alchemist can't hide from the public anymore because he's like just there like saying I am here.
Yeah, because Legend is just because Kaguya is just like that. I love that he just shows up like at his school or whatever, gorgeously causing mayhem everywhere.
Yep.
But like excited, super cool.
Yeah, like
we're gonna get to see more transformations too.
Yeah, like we see Build Genius, we see
oh my God,
we see Deca Complete.
Yep, because he's using the thing, he can use all the like final forms for the writers, right?
Yeah, like I'm assuming that like that's what's gonna happen when we get to next episode. We're gonna get a phase 2 form rush, and I cannot wait. Also funny enough too, while I was in Japan, because it was pretty affordable. I went to the Kamen Rider store. I bought my box of phase 3, and I also
got the polls.
Yep, I'm gonna do that later today. We record these on Wednesdays. And I also bought 10-liner.
Oh, 10-liner, hell yeah!
Yeah.
Did you buy 10-liner with
with
crossover?
It came with crossover, I believe. Yeah, so nice. I'm gonna. I need to find my gotcha driver first. I'm not sure exactly where I put it.
Oh,
it's somewhere in my room. Like my room's a mess.
Yeah,
with all the stuff I buy.
Understandable.
Man. But talking about Western people going to Japan.
Oh man, yeah, dude. One of I think we've both been following him on Twitter. But Tom Constantine, who I think that was his like tokusatsu like debut in Geats as one of Neon's bodyguards. He is going to be a suit actor, or I don't know why I'm saying it's going to be suit actor.
He is the suit actor for was it Knights of the Round Avalon, and he's also the action director too, which shows because we are going to be talking about Knights of Round Avalon, and it is really really cool. Like so it looks like it basically follows what is it? I think two students. I don't know.
One student, one other guy.
Yeah.
One I'm sorry, I see him, and especially because I don't know if it's called like an Avalon bracer or whatever. His little transformation thing being kind of like red and gold, and I see him and his haircut and his facial hair, and I'm like Tony Stark looking motherfucker.
I mean, like he's even
Yeah,
wearing
and
a vest. Like
he's got the vest. This he gives Tony Stark vibes. Just
yeah,
that's just what he looks like. Honestly, that
two Caucasian dudes. Oh yeah, one's a student trying to find his trying to find like the person that killed his dead parents. And basically we don't know anything about this other guy so far, other than he basically shows up and beats up these monsters. But
yeah, and
but
it
yeah,
looks
these
like
two
they
yeah.
may be setting something up because the one thing we know is that the first dude's parents were killed by being stabbed, but they were scorch marks. They were
Mhm.
shaped like fangs of a monster. And Avalon definitely has like a scorching fist.
Yeah, and it's we see that but like it's really interesting because like you see like the normal like it's like I'm basically trying to not compare to Jasaris. But we actually got like it's like it's a lot easier to get into than Jasaris. That's what I'll say.
That feels kind of fair.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I love Jasaris, but man, that was like what? Like
A
half the
lot
time.
shit was just happening in Jasara's vibes wise. We're gonna see. The thing that I'm I guess mostly curious about is the beginning shot is obviously supposed to take place in like medieval times.
Hmm.
We have people in medieval dress and a knight, and obviously someone with the bracers shows up, but we don't see who it is. So technically, it wouldn't even have to be. We don't even know if it's this main character guy we've met so far.
Yeah, so we're not sure if like if he's just like just an old knight walking around Japan. Also, it's really funny because like obviously them looking Caucasian, like the fact that they're speaking Japanese and they're like talking to each other. Wait, you speak Japanese? Yeah, I mean it's Japan. Why wouldn't I? And then the monsters start speaking Japanese. Wait, them too? Yeah, it wouldn't be Japan.
If we're not speaking Japanese, I love that. That was so funny. I love like
Yeah,
random
it's
comedy bits with the monsters.
yeah,
Um,
like it felt so condensed. Like it actually felt like it really did feel like a very man. Okay, Gotchard, Boom Boonger, and now this. Yeah, everything just is starting to feel so classic. It feels like back to basics. Like we have like these cheesy shots, like some overacted parts, which are just like really charming. Honestly,
they
it's
are.
like
I would say, yeah, we had a classic like transformation scene, which honestly looked a lot better than I thought it would for something this like independent.
mm,
Um, the suit also in general just looks pretty nice.
mm.
Um,
Yeah, because like they actually went for more green screen than they did for like actually using like 3D CG at all or just like After Effects.
yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah, so they actually had to do this like like I'm not sure if they are going to be using any 3D, but yeah, like there's a lot more green screening and a lot more like After Effecting. So it looks very much like um very handmade, which is actually a great thing about it.
yeah. Like you said, like it looks pretty good. I like the pose, the Drake two arms being like his little calling phrase. Every time I see something that's like not right or anything, I'm always expecting them to still say Henshin, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, they're probably not gonna just say that straight up, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, when I was coming up with my transformation, I was debating on it. I'm like, nah. This is like it's like everyone needs to know where I'm like my inspiration comes from.
Yeah. Oh man, that's gonna be another thing. I'll show you some designs I got for my little gremlin rework. And I gotta show you something else too before at the end. Some chemi stuff that I gotta show you.
Ooh, hell
But
yeah.
it was
But
cute. I would say if I would say there was one thing that obviously I think that they're gonna get better and do better. Sometimes on some of the scenes, like the action is good, but the camera is like moving a little too much and it's getting kind of like blurry. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, like the big thing is definitely that you need to what's it called uh
Like
I
it's a
forgot what
little
it's called.
too
Like
much like
you need
motion blur almost.
no, it's like you could tell that they were doing it like either through like a single stick selfie stick, like
Hmm.
like a one really close. Like the filming was probably done like a little bit too with their hands too close to the camera. Because one of the things that like I did when I was filming my transformation, the only reason why it seems as smooth as it does is because we actually got like a little like
Oh, like a
it's like
gimbal.
it's like yeah, I want to say like even like it wasn't even the gimbal. It was just like basically just like a big it was just like a big rectangle that keeps your hands a little bit further away from
Oh yeah, I have one of
the phone.
those for when I take pictures with my for my tattoos. But
Yeah. Yeah, like so pretty much like that way, you're it's basically like cheap Steadicam. Like so,
yep,
like you're like the movement that you make on the outside are lessened when they go in. So like yeah, you could tell that that they may have had their hands a little bit too close to whatever their filming implement was.
yeah,
But the thing is though is that it looks like they were actually like really going for like a much more like close up look. So it may have not have been
practical.
as yeah, practical to like do things, especially when there's a really cool scene and you actually see this shot in Toku a lot, which is great because
Oh yeah,
like
you
you could
loved this
tell.
transition when we were watching it.
Yeah, like number one, the transitions, and number two, like there's like a scene where they're running on the bridge and you're seeing on the other side of the bridge, like with like the kind of like jail cell look, like you're basically going across it like from behind. Like I'm not sure exactly how much space they would have had for like like actual equipment to do that.
Right.
So yeah, it's like I noticed a lot of shaking there, but not so much like when it was open. It
Yeah,
was like
and
when
here's the
they're like
thing.
in movement. Yeah.
This is like a nitpick, and
Oh yeah.
overall, I really liked it. It's one of those things where, like, if you see something that you think that they could do better, we can just say it
Mhm.
because we enjoyed it and we want to see them
Mhm.
continue and keep doing better. The
Yeah.
like opening sequence that we saw at the end,
Yeah.
very cool. That definitely felt like super classic.
The
Especially
transition
that
to the opening sequence though, it was so good.
it was
So
great. And I
yeah,
also
so it
just
was
love the vibe of like we did get the like query shot with the explosion at the end. Like, yeah.
yes. Yeah, it's like yeah, like like there's just so much love for Toku in this, and I love it. It's like and it's like yeah, yeah, Tom, yeah, yeah, knows how to like knew how to action direct this because like you actually got some like like that. There's a reason why I kept bringing up Sakamoto during the Gotchard part
Yeah.
because
Look,
because
action direction's important.
exactly everything like for the most part a lot of things were in frame, which is like the big thing you want for like an action scene. Like cut on hit is a bit much. I'm not a fan of cut on hit, but like with tokusatsu, especially because like people are like probably are wearing padded like costumes and stuff like that as well too, or like
Right.
they know how to frame it so that even though like people aren't getting hit, like sometimes we'll meme about like old Power Rangers where someone will like you'll see Zack do a kick and then you see like a putty like get hit like half a second later,
Right.
um but like like it's like just directing like a shot is like keeping everything in frame makes things look better, and that's what both Gotchard and Avalon did.
Yep. And honestly, it's a short 9-minute thing on YouTube. If anyone is listening and wants to check it out, Shielded Sword Productions official page on YouTube. It would be awesome to see people supporting this. It was a cool like setup. Like, here's you go. We have a mystery who killed this guy's parents. Another guy has shown up because monsters are here, and maybe he's connected to the murder. And now we got like a hook. And for like a first episode, seeing that in the fight, like it was pretty nice.
Yeah, I want to see more. I want to see more. Like, and apparently it's gonna be at least 5 episodes, and they're gonna be weekly. So
Yeah,
today,
I guess we're doing that for the next 5 weeks.
yeah. So pretty much throughout, yeah, all of May actually. Yeah, all of May.
Yep.
Okay.
But man,
But
another thing we wanted to see more of, Taya backstory time.
yes, a backstory.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
we get backstory. We get more of the ISA lady, like interacting with the rest of the team.
I love the ISI lady. Okay,
Yeah, she's so funny.
she's so funny. I love her. This episode starts out so tense. Everyone is like so like pissed. They don't know what's going on. I love seeing that Cheshire is just kind of like he doesn't go into details, and then later what's it called, break basically being like, oh, you just like Taya get away with anything, don't you? You're so easygoing on Taya.
Yeah.
uh
But yeah, the big thing in this episode, like we do get backstory. Like the ISA is going to be taking over. Fights against the aliens. Like she actually looks like she doesn't want to say this. She doesn't want to see the Boon Boongers break up. Probably because she won't be able to see Bundorio. But still,
yeah, look, whatever reasons aside, the funniest thing about this is that like she's trying so hard. I wonder if like at some point like Taya's gonna be like, oh no, this is just one of those series where like I've locked the morphers to like people. So even if you took them, like you guys can't use them.
Yeah, I'd be surprised, but like, yeah, it's like the big thing is just like kind of the whole like separation of like, you know, Taya's dream being to like, you know, be in a space race, and like, you know, the ISA actually wanted to get rid of aliens because like, you know, like the fact that like it's kind of crazy, like the fact that it's secondary to him, like the race is more important to him.
The
Like
race was
it's
the main deal, and like I mean that also makes sense. The Boonja suits are racing suits.
Yep.
They're literally
And
suits made for the cars.
yeah, and talking about racing, the fact that Bundorio's license got suspended and that's why he crash landed on Earth.
Bro, I can't believe that like Bundario got suspended and then he basically just went on like an intergalactic bender and just ended up on Earth. Honestly, incredible. I love that. Man, I feel bad for a little Team Rocket guy. I feel bad for Yarukar this episode. He got squished again.
Yeah. Wait, I actually talking about those three. The fact that they took over the previous episode recap.
Yes, incredible.
Oh man.
But I love seeing, and here's the thing, I love how we've set all this up, but we still have not learned anything else about like Taya's past, because like Taya's past seems to me that his dream is the race, but his dream is like delivering Bundario's dream to him. So it's like, what happened to make Taya the kind of person who wants to like deliver people's dreams? Like, and then you know they get the backstory and they go off and fight.
And the funniest thing too is that like I mean according to Taya, like even he doesn't know, but it's like, you know, hey, wait, why do you deliver dreams? I don't know. Maybe I'll find out when I make the delivery. Yep. like I want to know more about him, and it's great.
Yep, and I want to know because like even if he doesn't know what the like end goal is, someone must put him on this path. Like something has like put him on this path, and that's what I'm really curious about. I also love seeing that, you know, that they're defeated. He just shows up. He's got like the chest bandage on.
Yeah, he is absolutely wrecked.
But it's like we're going in as a team.
Yeah, and everyone's like saying, yeah, you know what, yeah, you're it's like, you know what, we're gonna help you deliver that dream, and then like I love how everyone throws like what they said about them to him. Like it's like I'm not giving you my front row seat.
Yeah, it's so funny because realistically the only two people who were like kind of doubting things were Mira and Boon Black, and Joe, basically because they thought they were here to be heroes. But you know, she decided, look, but I love the vibe. She's like, you know, I'm the one who makes my own decisions. You know, protecting people while they deliver their dreams is awesome. You know, I love that Chassis says just don't leave me behind.
Yeah. Honestly at this, like I really want to know what's going on with like, you know, how Chassis joined at this point.
Chassis backstory, please. But yeah, we get the sick everyone. We get like the full team roll call again. We get a fight, and I love the fact that instead of it being like the 1v1 fight, it's like, no, we're a team. We're doing it together. So everyone together fights Mad Rex.
Yeah.
Seeing them team up is very cute and wholesome, and again, kind of the point of Sentai. I also, oh man, this goes back to a little bit to Avalon from that like first scene at the beginning. There's nothing funnier than the people in suits like ganging up on one person on the ground to me.
Yeah.
It happens in that first shot with the knight. It happens in a couple of these, but it's like that's the funniest thing ever, where it's just like kick him while he's down. Also, speaking of kicking, seriously, rip Yarukar. He's all like bandaged up, and they like punt him straight to Rex. He gets squished again. And then we get the mech fight, which is great. I love that we're seeing the classic. We have the like, what's it called? The night mode, and all the Boon Boon cars come out.
Yeah,
which is the thing I was talking about, that we saw them in the sets. I was hoping we'd get to see them. I love seeing the big cars in the little set. And I love seeing the big cars and then the smaller cars that are like not the toys. I love seeing the sets, but seeing everyone come together.
Yeah, no, I mean, like honestly, I just really love that we're actually getting suit fights. Like, I mean, like it's just like one of those things. Like I wouldn't say it's back to basics, but it's just more like, because like what is it like we had so many seasons with like just so many CG fights that, like, you know, I always get excited whenever there's, you know, not CG fight.
And I understand that, and I feel like that's kind of part of the appeal of Toku, is having the like suit live action fights, you know.
Mhm.
Oh man, yeah. Honestly, seeing all the cars lined up together with Daria too at the end, very cool. I love seeing those real suits and those real props. Like, I don't know, that's kind of like the little spark. And again, I did
Yeah.
not dislike what they did for the CG for Oger or
Mhm.
Don Brothers because they were trying something else and like it was cool. They were telling a story. They used it how they needed it to, and they still used the regular suits sometimes. Don Brothers really not as much.
Yeah.
Uh, Don Brothers,
Yeah.
there was very minimal suit fight. But there was very minimal of a lot of things in that show.
Yeah. But yeah, like there's the crazy thing is that this actually is the end of Mad Rex though.
Yeah, they just killed him. We're gonna see something else. And I love when he like he dies and he's like, if that's all you got, you're never gonna beat the boss.
Yeah, and I if Mad Rex was like that, with him like even interrupting things just because his dog wanted to go for a walk, I want to see what the rest of this team is, or the rest of this bad guy group is.
Yep. I also love the fact that like the ISA lady couldn't get the CD to Bundario and Chassis just stole it and like handed it to him. And then
Yeah.
Break comes in to try to steal it, like, oh my beloved. I love
Yeah.
I love that it's just like at the end, they're a team, they're reflecting together, and
Yeah.
then he's just Taya's just like, yep, these are my dumbasses.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and like so it looks like from where we're at, like we finally understand Taya a little bit more, like so he's less of a question mark now. So like hopefully this means that he will interact with the team more, which is what I want. And then we still need to find out. Yeah,
Mhm.
we still need to find out what happens with Chassis. Like we need to know Chassis' story.
Yep, but we're switching to a Boone Orange episode next week. He's delivering something himself for the ISA, and Mira just decides to tag along.
Yeah.
I love the idea because they haven't interacted too much. I love the idea of these duo because this is like the two like troublemakers of the team.
Yeah,
This is gonna be a chaotic episode.
Yeah, remember what I said. I think when we first were starting Boon Boonger, and it's like one of my favorite shows, and the way my friend described it.
I remember you saying this, but I don't remember what the show was because I think your favorite one recently was like Kira Major, right?
Oh no, I mean like Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
The Brooklyn Nine-Nine thing where it's like just have two dice, have a scenario dice, and have a dice with three dice, two dice with just the characters on it, and one dice with the scenario. Roll all three. Oh cool. Let's have Boone Orange and Boone Pink work together for this next episode and delivery. Okay. Yeah, like that's like the best type of show to me, where you could basically just take any two characters and have great interactions, which is how Brooklyn Nine-Nine does it, and
Yeah.
which is why I got really excited over a lot of King Oger whenever we'd like see like a pairing that we wouldn't see normally, like, oh hey, hell yeah, like there were some pairings that were like very like set, but like like it was just really good, like whenever we see stuff with what was it, Tofu and Ishbana, like how very similar they are in different ways.
Yep.
For the health of the kingdoms and stuff like that. Yeah, I just want to see, like, I just love seeing character interactions, like
Yep.
like
And
yeah,
it looks like we're gonna get more of them.
Yep.
Super excited with how Boon Booj is going. Excited how the current series are all going, and excited about Avalon as just like a newcomer. It's cool seeing independent series doing stuff,
Yeah.
and it's cool seeing it like obviously has so much love and care put into it. With that, we will be back next week talking about the next episodes of everything. Thank you as always for listening, and we will see you later.
Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.